How you doing? This is Mike Restrepo here at DSG, hanging out with our good friends, Environmental Lighting, checking out some really cool lighting. Because, everything we hear today, all these beautiful things, without the right light just isn't right. And us as installers, we've been dying with all these science projects, how to make the light right. And finally, a manufacturer stepped up to the plate to say, hey, you know what? I hear you, dealers. Let's make you some cool stuff that's easily to install. So hold on, let's bring our good friend. Why don't you tell us your name and what you do exactly?
Hi, I'm
Go
Tom.
ahead, grab it.
Hi, I'm Tom Richards, Business Development for AV at Environmental Lights. I love what you said about lighting and finishes in homes. It always surprises me that people spend so much money on finishes and fixtures, and then they don't care about their lighting. And we just talked about CRI, having a nice CRI and a good lighting system that works seamlessly with your control system and makes your fabrics and finishes just pop. That's what you want. You want your linear lighting, your downlights, you want everything working together.
Now, we could just back up a little because I know that all sounds to some people like a lot of blah blah blah, but there were some really important things. And if we could break it down a little bit, that's CRI. Now, CRI is this magic thing that I usually ask a lighting manufacturer, what is your CRI? CRI is color rendering index. Now, what does that mean? That's the difference from the light looking horrible to it looking amazing. The same if you were married is what sold you on that diamond. When it looked and you were like, wow, and the wife was like, why does it look so amazing? And then you go home and you're like, wow, that looks a lot different here. And that's the magic lighting. And that's the importance of having the correct light that gives you that so it renders the color correctly. So the higher the number, the better you are off. Now, what would be the number of the CRI that we have here?
Yeah, for the downlights we have, it's 93, and for the linear, it's as high as 95. So this is, when you take something out in the sunlight, when you take something into the light under the sun, that's a perfect CRI, and that's 100. So when anything over 90 is a really good quality light. So if you're an auto dealership, you want to have, or you're a car collector, and again, you spend all this money getting a designer in to match your fabrics and finishes. I mean, that's what you want. You want things to look the way they should look. You want the reds to pop, the blues to pop. You want your bananas to look nice and yellow, all those things. So that's what a CRI gives you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, that's just one aspect of all that because you got to think to yourself like, all right, I set the palette. I set the stage for what we are trying to present because that's what lighting is all about. It's about kind of painting the canvas and making the colors truly pop, being the artist, but using the light. Now, that all sounds really cool, and in almost a poetic way, it's fun as the dealer creating a science project, but you as the customer, you're going to hate that. You don't want to hear that. That's not cool. You want them to do that in their own home and not take your money. So this is, again, where having a manufacturer understands that. And this is the demo kit. Now, I have one myself. You probably see it here. We're joking. Most dealers, most of the people, the designers we work with, they always get to appreciate it. And why? Now, if you look in here, you'll see the corners. That's one of the huge things that I always show people because the corners turn into your nightmares. And when you want that quick install that's easy, that I'm trying to get in and out, and I want it to look great at the same time, that is a huge save in time. Never mind the fact that, hey, sometimes, I guess there was a time that my mind just didn't work visually. I couldn't see it in my brain. I needed to hold it in my hand. And again, having a kit like this shows you the different options that are out there. From the soft. Now check that. May I touch things in here?
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to play with it. I play with mine all the time, and I love it. So check this out. This neon, this is next generation. Look how much that bends. How cool is that? Come on now. So for you designers out there going like, I want rope light, but not just your regular rope light. Like that's, my home is more than the Home Depot. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say the H word. But then your standard rope light. We wanted something better, something beautiful, and it had to be easy to install. It couldn't be a nightmare. come on now. Look at that. It has cool brackets. It goes in. Now, I have to, is this waterproof?
Yes, it is. It's what's go ahead, Jeremy. IP6 had 95, IP67 rated, yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, wow.
So we've got a image up here of a church where they put, I don't know, they put probably 1,500 feet of this all around the perimeter of the church, and it's in a winter environment and color changing. You can light this on both the horizontal axis and on the vertical axis if you want to. So if you light it here, you're going to bend it, and you'll bend it like that, go around corners, and you'll have the light going out like that. So for homes, for example, for holiday lighting, that's a super application. So absolutely IP67.
Now, when you have it that way, do you have to order it special for that?
Yeah, we can take care of either orientation. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my God. Now you have all kinds of other lights, and
right.
I have the kit, but I would love to learn from the master. What is the differences on the lights that we're looking at?
So you want to, there's certain, you want to match the light to the application. So if you're trying to do a cove and are you going to do RGB, or do you want tunable white in your cove, or would you like tunable white and RGB? Because we can do both. We could do a 5-in-1 or a 4-in-1, or just tunable white. So that's the first thing. How much light do you want to produce? You want to get some general illumination, like you want, for example, in a walk-in closet. We have a recessed track that we have, a recessed channel, and we can get a high CRI. That's a plus 95 CRI in there, and you can actually illuminate that whole walk-in closet with a recessed channel and a high CRI light. So it depends on what you're using. So do you want to? So maybe you need to run a long length between where you put your power supplies. Between power supplies, you want to go say over 30 feet. We can do that, but it depends on what you want to achieve. So the first thing we want to know is, what do you want to do with that light? Because it's not one size fits all. I mean, you've got that great demo kit there.
Oh, yeah.
You've got, I don't know, 10 different products in there. You want to do something where you want a backlight. Maybe you're in a home theater and you got a really cool poster. Maybe you got a really cool Paul Newman poster. You want to put some illumination behind it. This is a really low profile edge-lit sheet. You can put the poster right on top, just make it translucent. It looks like it's a video screen. The poster actually just pops there.
And it doesn't really get hot.
No, not at all. It's there, yeah, and that's the same if you want to use it in any kind of like say around wine. There's no UV, so you're not going to the wine's not.
This as like a shelf. Like
you could.
Glass on it.
You can do so many cool things.
All built into it.
All built into it. If you want to put, we use a lot of these two products here, these sheets, and then also the panels. You can put a stone like onyx on top of it. So people are doing either use it on a side with an onyx bar or underneath the counter, and you can actually have the light so your counter just glows, and you can again change.
This just seems so easy to install, being that it's all in one piece.
It is, and we'll custom cut that for you. Very, very versatile.
I really like how the back is, because it would like slide in. It
exactly.
can even be the shelf, so it's that one. Again, very installer friendly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, I have to ask you now, could you elaborate more on this?
Right, so these light sheets are all cuttable. The idea here is you're going to get most of the light going out to the side here. Just want to get a little bit more pop on that. It's actually the beam shoots out 160 degrees, so you don't want anything. With any lighting that we do, we want to make sure you don't see these pixel points at all. So we'll use a diffuser, the right kind of channel. We just want to make sure that you've got a light where you're going to have a nice, even consistency. And Mike, you're a sound guy, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I mean, you're big in audio. And I mean, a big thing in audio is immersive sound, right? Like wherever you go in a room, you want to have that same even distribution of sound. It's the same thing with light, whether it's you're doing general illumination with our downlights or with the linear lights with the distribution of pixels. You don't want to have any hot spots. You want to have that immersive, and that's what we want, immersive sound, immersive lights. It's exactly the same concept. And that's why you're such a great guy to be working with lighting, because you got that sound thing, you know it inside out.
Perfect.
You know how to do zones, you know how to do programming, you know how things need to look, quality. You can go into a house and you could sell a not to be named general distribution product, but you don't. You sell a really high quality speaker system, and that's what you want to do with lighting.
Of course.
So
Of course.
you're the guy.
Now, I appreciate that. I very much so. But if we can chat more about the product now.
Sure. Yeah.
We have another installer here, and I wanted to bring him in. May we bother you for a moment?
I'm bringing my colleague Jeremy Dozier in here too.
Yeah, we gotta bring Jeremy in here.
I want the whole team. JC, here you go.
I'll let you get in there.
All right.
All right, we got an installer. Just how you doing? Please tell your name and your company.
I'm JC with Automatic Home Systems.
All right, now these systems, have you? When you install these, do you install them with a control system or standalone?
Usually with a control system.
What is your control system per se that you're with?
We use multiple. We use either Crestron, we use some Control 4, Savant, basically whatever's out.
Whatever's coming in.
Whatever, right.
So it just shows the versatility that these things come together. Now, the lighting, what are some of the most key things without even this, you as being the installer, if we go down, when you first get it, like what is the most important part of like getting the wire together? What are some of your challenges?
So many.
No, I know, right?
It's a lot. Basically, we need everything neat. We need everything together. You know what I mean?
So to elaborate a little bit, the rolls themselves can come pre-made. And what that means is they can come with pigtails. They come in all the different types of options. Now, their rolls will actually come with the pigtails. Does that help you?
Absolutely.
Is that a huge benefit?
Sure.
Now, the simplicity and the gauge of the wire, that it's bigger. It's almost easier, you could say, to get like, what kind of connectors do you use?
We use everything. We're all across the board. So from, I do fiber, I do everything.
So when have you installed these before?
I have not actually installed these yet.
But any kind of lighting
Yes,
solution?
we've worked with an electrician that does it, so yes.
So this is definitely something that you're seeing that
Sure.
everybody is looking to get into.
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah, without a doubt.
Now there are other manufacturers that have just solid white, and you'll see everybody kind of selling white.
Uh-huh.
Why even come here and care about color?
Well, after a whole ceiling, about 20,000 square feet of a ceiling, was done in all white, the customer said, okay, when does it change color? You didn't buy the color.
It's almost like that difference of like, imagine from the car, when they went from the roll it up to the power window, that instant they were like, when it was gone, it was like,
Yep.
wait, what's going on?
Exactly.
Like, this is supposed to be standard, right?
Right.
It feels like a standard feature.
Exactly. Yep.
Has it always been like that?
No. It was, in a way, yeah, you know what? It basically, when guys would do something, they would always want more that they didn't pay for. So, in that respect, yeah, it's always been that way.
Now, we've had light like this for a long time.
Right.
Different variations. Everybody could buy some weird Chinese stuff,
Yep.
school online.
Yep.
but it looked kind of disco, right?
Right.
Didn't have that vibe.
No.
And never mind trying to do white. That white was a joke.
Yeah.
It looked this weird blue. It
Right.
never was
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
How much of a leap would you say was from then to now?
Oh, it's leaps and bounds.
It's like a different product, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Without
Even
a doubt.
the install.
Yep.
How many of it burned?
Yeah.
Changed all of it, right? Like, the
that
nightmare
was
peel, or it would break.
right.
And this one of my other big points, and what I'm kind of alluding to right now is why you buy from a reputable manufacturers that look. We're all joking about things breaking and everything,
Right.
and that's just veterans laughing.
It's
at the expense
terrible
of
when it
others.
happens.
But when that happens, having a manufacturer that'll send you product that will match up, so that how important is
that's
that moment?
really a big thing.
That's like I still have my customer.
Right.
To the
I
customer's
still got.
like, you're done. You've
Yep.
ruined my space. Now we need to change all the light. And
Right.
It's
Your fault.
Right?
Right.
It's not even the manufacturer.
It's
You
a
guys get to go home. I understand. We're stuck
Yeah, we're
there,
stuck.
Yeah.
and
literally holding the bag.
That's
like,
right.
What
Yep. Yep.
happened?
Yep.
But again, like this, right? This
It's right. Yep.
again having, and I think that even is the power of having distribution and marketing like DSG, where if
Sure.
those of you who don't know Dave, Dave is like the godfather
the
of
man.
Asian food. I
Yeah.
don't know how a better way to explain it.
Yep. Yep.
Check out Dave DSG if you know where he is. Well, so I could keep going on and on. I just want to roll down with this. Of all the tapes you buy that you have purchased and engaged, what has this, like, now that you're looking at this, how does this feel towards the rest of it?
It feels quality. You know what I mean? Some of the other ones were a little chintzy. You know, the breaking was a big problem. These seem to be a little more robust. You know, and so I would say better. You know.
And more options, right?
Right. Oh, without a doubt.
Look
Yeah.
at the
Yeah. The
spotlights,
down lighting.
all
the-
kinds of different
absolutely.
stuff, control, like a lot of cool stuff,
Right.
At any level.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Especially the backlighting stuff, the one for weighted marble. You know that's pretty cool. That's very. You know, I had a lot of customer with Onyx, and
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. They were old bulbs. And it was done during the 70s, but they had the idea, and you guys improved upon it majorly.
'Cause now you knew what the limitations were.
Right.
You
Exactly.
knew where it didn't quite look right. This is
Right.
that. Now you
Right.
achieved that what you were really thinking that
The
you wanted to get
exactly.
to.
Right. Right.
And,
Yep.
and Mike, it's not just the product that we differentiate on. We also have a team of sales engineers that support the integrator. We don't ever want one of our partners being held with the bag. We want to see it all the way through. For one reason, we want you to come back to us. We just want to be one and done with you guys. And we got guys like Jeremy Dozier here. He's there with you all the way through, and he'll help spec it. He'll help. We can do custom cuts. We can do custom terminations. Jeremy will tell you, like I was saying about the different products. He'll tell you which product fits right for the job. So he'll spec it all the way through. For the downlights, we do full lighting design work for very, very low cost, and we'll give you a full solution. Because lighting isn't just about lighting control. Lighting is about a lighting system that has the linear, the downlights, the control, everything working together. One point of accountability for you guys, and it just makes it. Everyone's going to come back and want to work with you again. So.
Way to step
That's a
in.
big
I
thing.
really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it has someone like Jeremy, right?
Yeah.
Sure. Great name. Have someone like Jeremy here helping out. Come on now, like it's the team. I can't lie. We called in, had a high-profile project. Was just throw it. And anyone who does business knows that when it's business time, I'm usually not so cool. So you know, I'm running at a million, and everything was such a great, cool experience. So again, I can see this. Why even have the relationship with Dave? Because Dave is very particular of the brands he brings in. The stable is very tight. You know, everybody's very. Oh, in
That's
Dave
it.
we trust, and that's the reality. So it's I know me as a dealer. When Dave gives that approval, says, "Hey guys, I got some cool lights, and I think this is something you guys need to look at." You know, I show up, you show up, right?
Yep.
The people show up. So again, this is Mike Restrepo hanging out with DSG and Environmental Lighting and our good friend
JC.
JC, Jeremy, and
Tom.
and the Godfather
Dave
himself in the house, Mr. Silken. Catch you on the next one.